Well, hello everyone again. The 3rd of June 2020, um, half past 10 p.m. Um, an epoch ended. Um, Someone connected um, my tongue with Ricky's genitals, which obviously ends the story. Um, there are the people who operate all this are probably people connected with Cezary Łasiczka and Karolina Wachowicz, that is her father probably, and other people of the system, Jacek Cichocki, etc. Bogdan Klich, the psychiatrist, is involved. He's probably involved, um, and he was very, very, um, very careful to make sure I will be blocked completely because I actually accused him of the I don't know what's the qualification, whether it's assassination, coup, or just murder, of the Polish dignitaries on the plane flying to Smolensk, the 96%. He was the Minister of Defense, and if I were ruling this country, he would certainly be one of the first people who would be put in front of the Court of Justice and judged properly. I called my friend's university mate's mother looking for my friend. I knew that my friend was somehow connected to politics because she was working for a hospital in Warsaw as a translator. She was selected, I'm not sure how, but she was selected for the elite. It was at the beginning of this century. Zuzanna Walczewska. And I called her actually. This was her phone number. But I knew that she was not at home any longer because she lives in Warsaw now. I don't know where she lives now, but then at the time. And I talked to her mother with all my naivete. And it turned out during our our talk, our conversation on the phone, that she was a friend of Bogdan Klich. She was involved politically sometime earlier too. She stinks. The whole family, the whole Paczewska family stinks like hell. I even thought that it's quite possible Zuzanna Paczewska's parents had something to do with my dad getting his first stroke, because it was the time when we were preparing the celebrations of the 207th of the bicentenary of the lyrical ballad. And I was the originator of the idea, the first inspiration, and the leader. But I asked Zuzanna Paczewska and Maryna Markiewicz to help me. Not to help me actually, to take part in it, and they liked the idea. And they are leaders too. The three of us are natural leaders. Only we have different leadership styles. Each of us has a different leadership style. Basically what happened was that at one point my dad got a stroke and went to hospital, and imagine the situation when Zuzanna Paczewska called a meeting behind my back. And she said that she did it because she didn't want me to be burdened additionally when my dad was in hospital. So this is Zuzanna Paczewska, to cut a long story short. I did not, of course, I was not strong enough to fight for leadership, and it would never enter my mind that she is the kind of person. So it just developed its way. The climate was different, and everything was different when she took over. Um, And what I wanted to say actually is that these people are still here and they keep on destroying my life. But they are going to lose it. They have already lost it historically because you know the civic platform claiming constitution or claiming human rights or claiming even the historical heritage of solidarity. If you think of the people who used to be connected to Platforma Obywatelska, of their ideals, the claims, then when you look at the civic platform nowadays, it makes you feel like vomiting, really. They are heavy criminals. But of course, the law and justice are heavy criminals too, and Nowoczesna are heavy criminals too. So basically, I believe that all, not to mention the previous communist regime party SLD. Um, and so this is a terrible situation, and there are Assanges involved in all that. It's unbearable. I tell you, the situation is I went to a conference devoted to Miłosz, who is a Polish poet, the 20th century poet. And, I went there only once for one debate and one lecture. And it was enough to be at the debate and the lecture to have life destroyed. Um, this is the Jagiellonian University nowadays. And these people were ruining my life when I started my studies at the Pontifical University of John Paul II. Obviously, they were given freedom by the university, because if I was the student of the university, obviously the people in control were the university. So whoever got whatsoever access got it with the consent of the university. I'm disgusted. I'm totally disgusted. And it does not take much elaboration on actually if you merge the body of the beautiful woman, as you can see in the picture, with Anna Grodzka. The outcome is obvious. And who is Anna Grodzka anyway? Anna Grodzka is the final evidence against all LGBT people. So I know that they will be annihilated. And perhaps this is actually the rationale behind this crime. To make sure that everyone knows the annihilation is right. These people have nothing to do with me. So all that has been happening to my body is a crime. And this is a heavy crime, because the kind of crime committed against any person is heavy, but the kind of crime committed against the innocent, noble person, the altruist, the law-abiding citizen, the person of sound mind, the person of genius actually, is more of the crime. We are not equal, to start with. And then, merging me with men. I think that even though I am quite self-confident in my potential, I believe that I underestimated, because the scope of destruction does imply there was something huge in front of me, and it wasn't a huge penis, but a huge life, and because of my ideals, that means that it would be the life for the whole planet Earth. So this is where we are. And generally, this is an important day today, because through this connection between my tongue and genitals, an epoch ended. This is over 20 years. What does it do to all that Ricky Martin was in my life? Well, think of it. So I'm saying goodbye now and getting into my depression, but I have resumed my studies.